Oh, all right. I'm going to stand up for the whole thing because I can't actually sit down where I am.
Why?
Well, it's hard to explain, but I'm not technically recording this on a computer.
What?
I have to use my racing wheel as a mouse, if that makes sense, and I don't have a keyboard. So, yeah,
Where are you?
I'm navigating via steering axle. It's like one of those fucking mice from the 90s, the little ball in the middle, except it's a racing wheel. Oh, good
Why?
lord. Long story. Anyways, Qatar Grand Prix.
Yeah,
What are we thinking?
it was alright.
Did you watch it? Did you watch the highlights, I assume?
Yeah, I haven't watched the full race yet. I watched the highlights.
Fucking casual. Fucking dirty
And I
casual.
got I got the gist of it, or the gist of what
Well,
happened.
no, it was on at what, 4 a.m. here?
Yeah, 4:30 in the morning, and I worked today.
Yeah, I just so happened to have a day off, so I
Mm.
watched it at lunchtime with some refreshments. But it was all right. It was all right. But
Hmm.
what, 2.5 out of 5?
Yeah, I think the main thing to take away from it is that the F1 FIA put a hit on all 20 drivers by making
Mm,
them race in that race.
I wasn't
Everyone was
expecting it to
dead
be
by
that
the end of
bad.
it.
Yeah, well,
Have you seen all the photos of everyone after the race? They all look just covered in sweat.
I just noticed Verstappen on the podium just fucking absolutely drenched. It looked like he went swimming. But
Yeah.
apparently Lando was saying after the race, some of them actually passed out in the medical center.
Yeah. Did you see what Lance was saying?
No.
He was basically passing out through the corners because he was going that fast and he was so dehydrated.
Oh my God. Imagine that. That's crazy.
Mm.
Must be worse than Singapore. I don't think even Singapore was that bad.
Yeah. Well, what's the track temperatures in the track? What's the general temperatures in Qatar at the moment? Probably doesn't help bombings going on not that far from there at the moment. But
Probably heats the place up a bit when you got fucking ICBMs hitting the surface every 20 minutes.
39 degrees Celsius.
And for Fahrenheit, that's hot as fuck. That's like what, 90 something,
Yeah,
almost 100.
doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, pretty crazy though. But yeah, apparently in the cockpit, Alonso was saying it got to about 50. I don't know how you do that
Mm,
without passing out. I
that's
mean,
ridiculous.
Sargent had
Yeah.
to stop.
Yeah, props to him
Sargent.
because he realized, like,
Well,
but man, I can't imagine the shit you're dealing with.
he's running last, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Man, Williams has been really, like, really want to keep him around even though he keeps fucking up every race. It's like, obviously, he did, like, what he did during the race was probably the right decision for him. But he spun out in the sprint. He's crashed every fucking race before then.
I don't know. What do you think they should do with him?
I don't know. Like they've seemed pretty committed to keeping him on another year, but Williams is my favorite team. I want them
Obviously,
to succeed. And Albon drove shit hot this weekend.
he had
What
a
did he
pretty
come
good
in the sprint?
race.
17th to I think 7th.
Yeah,
In the
he
sprint, he
had a
went from
pretty
like
good
17th
race.
to 7th.
Yeah.
And I think in the final race he came 11th.
Well, he unfortunately got a
I
five
know, I
second
know.
podium. I don't know what that drops him down to, but
Yeah.
always a good drive. He was P1 for like half a lap.
Hmm.
But yeah, speaking of great drives, Zhou Guan Yu went from last to P9 in an Alfa Romeo.
Hmm. Yeah, and Bottas got points as well.
Hmm. Very good. I think
Good on him.
obviously that'd have to do a lot with the crazy 3-4 stopper that the race was, because
Yeah.
FIA actually said that any tire that they race on can't go past 18 laps.
Why? 'Cause it'll melt.
I'd assume so. Well, they were having pretty bad graining issues in the sprint and just
Hmm.
degradation through the roof. So, yeah, FIA came out and said, hey, just any tires that you race on, they can't go past 18 laps. So that's why
Yeah,
everyone had to pit
right.
three. I think Russell pit four times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
Probably
was
doesn't
just
help the Haas,
crazy.
who have
Yeah,
been
and I
shit
mean
on fucking tire day the whole season already.
it's fresh surface too, a lot of debris. So yeah, a
Mm.
lot of sand. But yeah, they're saying Ocon threw up in his race helmet on lap 15.
Oh man, that's rough.
Bro, you know what's scary? Apparently they're gonna have F2 race in Qatar next year.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And yeah, I was reading something on Reddit. Like, I agree. Like, those guys aren't as experienced as F1 drivers, and
Yeah,
that could be. There's 16-year-olds in there. Like,
yeah.
I think they've got a 16-year-old F2 driver this year or next year. Could be pretty
Mm.
dangerous.
What I've heard with that is that it's going to be later on in the year, so the temperature shouldn't be as bad.
Well, it's a great track, so I mean, hopefully they keep it on the calendar and
Yeah.
just maybe
Apparently
move
they've
it.
just
Yeah.
yeah, apparently they've just hit the like the point that is the hottest of the year for guitar. I don't know if that's true. I'm just gonna say it is.
Well,
But man, to be driving that kind of temp is just dangerous.
they'd be. What are they? What autumn, summer? Around just getting out of summer, wouldn't they? In Qatar.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, we're going into summer. I don't know. I don't
What
fucking know.
what idiot designed that calendar?
Yeah, I
Let's
guess
go
they
to the
didn't probably
desert
didn't think of it.
in fucking summer.
I
Oh well.
don't know. Probably
But hey,
Qatar, the Saudis. Oh, they're all Saudis, aren't they?
in other
They're
news,
Asians. I don't know.
in other news,
Hmm.
Lewis Hamilton and George Russell, lap one, turn
Oh
one.
yeah.
What'd you think of that?
That was pretty funny.
Oh my God, man.
Oh, Lewis Hamilton. What you doing, homie?
Yeah, I mean,
I
it
don't know
was
what he was
Hamilton's
thinking.
fault.
I mean, he came out afterwards being like, yeah, 100% my fault.
Yeah,
Fair
he
enough.
admitted to
Like,
it.
good on him for saying that.
Hmm.
But,
You there?
what happened there?
I think we dropped out a little bit.
Oh, well,
Still
we're still going.
recording though.
Yeah, we're good.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. Like,
I mean, yeah, just the way I sort of figured it out, it was just like you couldn't really see. It was just a racing incident, unfortunately.
yeah.
Like he obviously should have given Russell a bit more room, but he probably couldn't judge where the cars were at the
Mm.
time. And it's turn one, everything's happening.
Oh,
Tell you
something
what
always
though,
happens turn one, like,
yeah,
regardless. Turn one's
yeah.
just bad for stuff.
But after he DNF'd, he crossed live track to get back to the pits.
Didn't he get fined, like, something crazy?
Yeah, he got fined $50,000, well, 50,000 pound, um, and an additional 25. Oh no, sorry, just 50,000 all up.
That's a bit rough.
Yeah, a lot of money, but I mean, it's a fucking drop in the water for him, isn't it?
Yeah, but, like, I guess it's dangerous.
Yeah, I
Is it?
mean,
I don't know.
you could probably, it's one of those things where, like, there's no cars around, just go across track, but rules are rules, I guess. Got
Yeah.
fined 50K.
And there was also all the shit with track limits just in general.
Well, everyone was getting penalties.
Yeah.
Albon got a penalty. Stroll got penalties. Sergio Perez got three penalties. Oh no, I think it was far. No, you got three penalties. Oh man,
Oh, he had a rough weekend. He had a
he,
really rough weekend.
I'd kick him out.
I, man, it's
He's done.
hard. Like, Horner's saying to him, he's got to pick it up. But, like, if you listen to him talk about it afterwards, right?
Yeah,
He's not taking blame for any of it. He's just saying, oh, we've got a lot to work on back at the factory. Like, no, the car is the best car
yeah,
maybe in F1 history.
yeah.
Like,
What did he start? Do you remember what he started? He
he
started
was knocked out in
last.
Q2, and then apparently they had to start in the pit lane
Yeah.
over something to do with
So
the car.
he came P10 after starting from the pit lane and getting 3 5-second penalties. I don't think that's good enough. Because I mean, you've got an Alfa Romeo that did roughly the same thing.
Mm.
I don't think that's good
Plus,
enough at all.
what happened in the sprint wasn't really his fault.
No.
But yeah, like it's not just the fact that he's doing like performing like this, just this race. He's been
Yeah.
consistently shit for like the last 4 races.
Suzuka was my tipping point. That
Yeah,
was just like, okay, he's like,
it
stop,
was
he's
so
already dead.
funny. It was so
Yeah.
funny. He
Like that
goes back,
fucking
what,
Simpsons meme.
he hits the Haas, goes back into the pits, comes back out from 7 laps, and then drives into the same driver.
It's just embarrassing at this point, man. Like, especially when you've got Russell spinning out in turn one and then coming back to
Yeah,
what, fourth in a
something like
subpar
that.
car as well. Like,
Yeah,
you're in the most dominant car this year, and you can barely scrape it into points. You're done.
yeah.
There's expectations. You're done.
It's also just the fact that he's looking like, or he's sounding like he's not taking blame for anything.
No,
He's trying to
I
put
don't
it back on the
know.
team, being like, "Oh no, like we got stuff to work on back at the factory." Like, no, mate. Red Bull has been operating at a ridiculous level this year.
Did
They've
he?
nailed every strategy.
Is he saying that stuff in the post-race interviews?
Yeah, he's saying, "Oh yeah, we got stuff to work on back at the factory." Like, no, mate.
Nah,
The car is
nah.
as good as it's gonna be.
They've
Then
won the
you,
constructors. They've won the
yeah,
drivers. What else do they have to work on? They've achieved
mm,
it all.
they could,
It's you.
yeah, 100%. Like, I
He's
and to
doing
think
F1
like
23 dive bombs into corners. Like, he's
he's not
doing
even
full
trying
sends.
anymore, man.
Nah.
Speaking of dive bombs, actually, Russell's overtake on Piastri in the sprint was fucking nuts.
Oh, I can't remember
Did
that.
you see?
I can't remember that.
He sent it like from like 20 meters back, just down the inside,
Yeah.
straight line, no turn, and then managed to brake early enough to get in front.
I did watch the sprint, but I just can't remember. I was so happy for Piastri.
Oh,
Oh, I was so
man,
happy
how
for him.
good is he?
Dude, fucking phenomenal. And he's got P2 in the actual race, which is practically a
Yeah,
win because Verstappen's just on meth.
yeah.
But team
It's so
orders to hold Lando back. Lando didn't listen, and he tried to take Piastri, and he still held his own, you know?
yeah. It's so funny that Piastri's gotten a win before Lando
Oh
has.
no. I'm not a big fan of Lando. I
No,
mean,
he comes across like a massive wanker sometimes.
yeah, I was talking to a guy at work, and he doesn't seem to like Lando either. But yeah, he just rubs me the wrong way. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but I
pretty
guess it's like
funny.
all British guys in F1 actually. Now that I think of it,
Yeah,
the drivers I
yeah.
don't like, Lando, George, just
George,
come across like
he's
wankers.
wearing sunglasses at a
Yeah,
night race
fucking.
in the desert. What are you
Oh
doing?
man,
Oh no, Piastri's starting to become my favorite driver. Did you see what he said? After
what?
his sprint win, he said, I'm like Senna, but without that 15-year-old stuff.
What
He's
does
like
that
Senna.
mean?
Senna had a 15-year-old girlfriend. He's like, I'm like Senna, but without the 15-year-old stuff.
That's funny. I didn't hear that.
Funny. Yeah. I mean, it looks like he's starting to warm up, come out of his shell a bit
Yeah,
especially since the start of the year.
but like he hasn't
Ah,
made any mistakes. He's been shit hot all year.
Piastri.
Um, yeah.
Well, he's out qualified Lando 4 of the 6. Yeah, 4 of the 6 last Grand Prix.
Wow.
Lando'd be fucking stressing, man. He'd be like, "Who's this cunt?"
And
And
Lando's been quick too. Like, don't act like he's been bad
no, Lando's been
either.
good too. But it's just interesting for a rookie to pull that off, you know.
Yeah, he's just a really good driver. Yeah, you can really see him going far.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like,
I reckon he'd be a future world champion.
Yeah,
Yeah, I reckon
100%.
2026 he'll come into his prime, I reckon.
What's he like, 21? 20? He's only
Piastri,
he's only a kid.
oh, well, they say he's the first driver to be born in the 21st century, like
Yeah, I think
2000
he's
and after to win a
2001.
race.
Yeah, he's 22.
I'm older than him, I know, but I mean, he wouldn't be older than 23.
No, he's 22 years old. 6th of April 2001.
Yeah,
That's
I think he's
insane.
22.
He's gonna have at least 8 years of like prime.
Well, fuck, I mean, McLaren just has to hold on to this streak they're on, not
Yeah.
Ferrari strategy, you know? Oh, well, we've still got Adrian Newey's still got a few more Infinity championships to add to his gauntlet.
Yeah, he's got a
Uh,
couple more cars to build.
Adrian Newey has now accumulated 12 constructors and 13 drivers championships in his
That's
Formula One career.
ridiculous.
This is only second to Ferrari with 16 drivers, 16 constructors and 15 drivers. That's crazy. What's that?
Yeah,
25? Holy shit,
that's
man.
fucking ridiculous.
Gosh.
And what, there was another record broken. McLaren fastest pit stop ever.
1.8 second pit stop.
That's ridiculous.
What the
Imagine changing all four
Wow.
tyres on a car in less than 2 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Think about how quick that is. One, two.
It's ridiculous.
In that time.
It's absurd. It's
Fucking
absurd.
ridiculous.
I think it was Red Bull that held 2.2 before them. But yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So, overall, it was a fun weekend, other than the whole, trying to kill every driver on the grid.
I think it was a McLaren weekend.
Yeah, very much. It's also
Yeah.
Lance Stroll over a mental breakdown.
Ah, man. Did
All
you
that
see him
stuff's really weird.
shove the engineer?
Yeah, and even to come out afterwards to go, oh, he's a homie.
Yeah, I
And you're
didn't
like,
like
oh,
that.
come on, mate. Like,
Yeah, I
don't
didn't
be
like
petty.
that.
Apparently, there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes at Aston Martin at the moment.
Yeah, there's rumor that Lawrence is going to sell the team to Saudis.
Yeah. And
Uh,
apparently Audi is also backing out.
nah, yeah, that was a rumor. Audi's backing out, but apparently they're still well and truly going ahead with their entry.
Yeah, right.
Which brings me on to another thing. I don't think we talked about it, but Andretti looks like they're entering
Yeah. Well,
11th team.
FIA's approved them, haven't they?
Hmm. I've been talking about it since the start of the year. I think we've talked
Hmm.
about it in a past episode, but they look like they're going to enter
Yeah.
22 car grid.
Crazy.
Ah,
It's gonna make turn one even funnier.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I
Um,
mean, Hamilton came out and said it would be great. I reckon it'd be pretty cool. Have more
why
cars,
not?
why not? Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just more races. Not more
Depends
race.
on
Not more races, more racing.
yeah, just more opportunities for Max to overtake.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, one last thing though. Um, Max said he wants to do Le Mans.
Did he?
Yeah, he said, I got a quote from him. He said, I'll definitely do Le Mans, but I don't want to rock up there and just be filling up the field. I want to have a good preparation. I want to be able to win. But yeah, he wants to do it. He said he might want to do it with the Red Bull in Le Mans, which would be
Yeah.
sick if they put a
I
Formula
feel like
One
Red
car
Bull will
in.
do everything for him.
Hmm. Well,
They
if
would get
even
a
if
Le
they
Mans
just
entry
put
for him.
the Formula One car, the RB17 in Le Mans like they did with NASCAR.
That would be so funny.
That'd be cool as. I don't know if it'd hold up though for 24 hours.
No, I
There's
don't
no
know
way.
either. Nah, they'd have to modify so much. They basically just have to use the chassis and just fix
Really?
everything else for endurance racing.
Yeah.
But that would be fun to watch.
Oh, for sure. He'll do it one
But
day. I reckon he's
but
gonna
like
do.
imagine like a Le Mans team, right? Of like
Yeah.
Verstappen, Vettel. Who's another famous Red Bull driver? I don't fucking. They're the only two that matter.
Uh,
Just alternate
Weber.
those two for 12 hours. Yeah, Weber,
Yeah, why not?
Ricardo.
Ricardo. You do three. I reckon. Who would your dream Le Mans team be? Made up of F1 drivers.
It'd have to be like Hamilton. Alonso and someone else.
Hamilton, Alonso, and Verstappen.
Yeah, Verstappen or Vettel or
Nikita Mazepin.
I still
Nicholas Latifi.
Mercedes.
Yeah, the degenerate team. And we'll add Stroll to it now. What's
Yeah,
that?
add Stroll to it. Add Stroll to it.
What else we got? We got anything else to say?
I don't think so. I think that's about it.
Austin's next. Daniel Ricciardo's back.
He is?
Yeah, he's back. Lawson's out.
Yeah, cool.
For now. But yeah. That's next week. That should be at a decent time as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's on in the afternoon.
Yeah.
For us. So
I
we'll
think
actually
so
watch
too.
the race, not just the highlights this time.
Hopefully. Okay.
All right, peoples.
All right, people. See you next time.
Sea of Stones.